Thanks for watching. I'm sitting outside today because it is super warm over here. Today we're painting a body for the Traxxas X-Maxx, and this will also answer the question, how long can you leave a liquid mask on a body? This body has been sitting like this. I kind of forgot about it. It's been sitting in storage, and it's been sitting like this, already masked with fast mask, I think, but I will double check that. But I believe this was fast mask. It's been sitting like this for 3 or 4 years. I'm not sure if it's still going to work, but we put a fresh blade in this XL blade, so we're just going to cut a design out. Keep it a bit simple because I'm also going to beat the snot out of this body. I found the coolest bash spot, so I kind of like revived the X-Maxx, and I'm really keen to take it out for a spin. But I want to make a body that looks like it could be factory, so it is going to be covered in some Traxxas logos. Might put a tiny HemiStorm logo on there somewhere, but overall I'm going to keep it pretty simple. If I can find a sticker sheet, which I'm pretty sure I have somewhere, I will put on the headlight stickers as well, and the grill and the tail lights, and just to leave it at that. But I'm kind of curious if that liquid mask, if it's still functional, so if it still works. So we will find that out. We moved it indoors. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it's actually thundering outside and raining, so perfect paint weather. Now, I kept this really simple. I put 2 huge Traxxas logos on the outside, so you can see those over here. This is the same concept as always, so I just print this out in reverse, so I mirror the image, print it out that way. When I stick this to the outside of the body, on the inside of the body, I can trace it really well. Now, especially when you use a liquid mask, it's a breeze to just trace these type of lines. If you work with tape, you need to use a lamp. With a liquid mask, you can basically just go ahead and start cutting. Now, you can also see that I put like a jagged line around that Traxxas logo. So let's see if the camera picks that up. You can read Traxxas over there, and then that jagged line is like 1 step to the outside. So I made a double cut over there too, so this basically is a pinstripe that I can just peel. Gives me something extra to look at. So despite this being a terribly simple and uncomplicated paint job, it will still offer some sort of detail to look at. So I got that jagged line going on over the top, then over here over that Traxxas logo, and also on the underside. Now, what I want to do, just because I'm going to run these type of wheels, so these are the Proline rims. And then in my case, I'm going to test them out also with some sand paddle tires. I'll make sure that there's a link to these in the video description box. But you can tell that there's like some gray going on. So what I want to do is I want to use some silver in the bottom. Then I think that the outline over here, that I want to make that white. I might want to do something with some black and some champagne anodized aluminum. I'm still really bad at muting my stuff. And then over here on the top, I want to do something with like metallic blue. My stock body also was blue, so just like as a little tribute to that, I think it's a good idea to keep it kind of in that blue tone, just to keep it recognizable for myself and also make it look, I don't know, a bit cool. Over the front, I got some black going on. So I want to paint all of this black along with the window trims. I'm not going to use any of the window stickers. And then on the outside, I'm going to use some flat clear just to give it some extra detail to look at. Let's cross our fingers that after, I'm not even sure if it's 4 or 5 years, but let's hope that that liquid mask is still okay to use and that it will hold up once I start peeling it. Same goes for those window masks. Those are kind of a bigger concern to me. Again, I had this body tucked away in storage, and it's about time that it receives a coat of paint. So let's see what happens. So far so good. This is really, I think, quite surprising that after all these years it's still working as well as it should, this masking. I masked this, originally I was going to go with an all tape paint job, so an all tape masking job. So for that reason I also put the window masks on. That right now is really biting me in the behind, because I just tried to peel that off, and after all these years that is really not gonna come off easy. So that's basically ruined all of those window areas, which is not a big deal, because if you look at an X-Maxx body, those windows are non-transparent, also because there's a huge cage sitting on the inside that you want to obscure anyway. So I found the window stickers and also the headlight and taillight stickers. So I'm just going to go ahead, seeing that this is a basher body anyway, going to go ahead and finish this up. Also going to put some black paint on the outside here before I'm going to apply those window masks, just to make sure that I got a good transition between those two colors. I hope, or I think it will turn out okay, especially for the type of use. You always need to keep that in mind as well. What are you going to do with a truck, and what size truck is it, and what is its intended purpose? Because I mean, if you're going to do like nice scale stuff and you're going to look at it really close, you want to have something that looks super nice. And if it's basically going to fly past doing 60-65 miles an hour, crashing into stuff, spending as much time on its roof as it will on its wheels, then really don't bother putting in too much effort like I'm doing over here, because it won't survive that long anyway.
I've been wondering what has happened to you now. Am I the only one who's struggling to move on? Yeah. Guess I thought that this was meant to last. Now I wish I was still living in the past. Yeah. Never felt so damn frustrated. You're just wasting my time. All the feelings that I dread is ringing in my head. Can't believe the words you said. Ringing in my head. Somebody saying it. Now we're hanging by a thread, and it's ringing in my head. All your friends are now my enemies. Always tell you what to do. Can't keep up with all the bullshit they're throwing your way. Always looking for the easy way. Now they're walking over you. Yeah. Never felt so damn frustrated. You're just wasting my time. All the feelings that I dread is ringing in my head. Can't believe the words you said. Ringing in my head. Somebody saying it. Now we're hanging by a thread, and it's ringing in my head.
Now, since I messed up the windows, I did want to add some red. There's in these window stickers, there's a bit of red. So I switched out this silver, which I had initially planned, for red. And then I filled in a tiny bit of bright silver. It's almost impossible to see it in the bottom of that white, just to have like a little bit of an accent. And seeing that that made it basically red, white and blue, I decided to add a couple of stars as well. This is of course the most American RC car that money can buy. And then in the bottom section of that red, I cut some stripes, so eventually it will look kind of like a flag. Let me unmask the rest. And just like that, it's all done. I hope this was an informative video. This was really not a complicated paint job at all. I do feel like it turned out pretty factory looking. apart of course from these insane looking paddle wheels. I also put a different ESC in here, so currently I'm running a Mamba Monster 8. Really curious about that. I'm going to run that on the stock 1600 kV motor. Most likely I will blow it up, but we will find that out. If you want to have any info to, for example, the Traxxas X-Maxx, the body I used or the wheels and tires I used, or for example that ESC, go check out the links in the video description box. If you have not subscribed yet, please do, because it is free. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. Take care. Bye-bye.
Back on.